This is also a conversation that's been brought up like multiple times now. When is the next live letter? February 7th. Ooh. Ooh. But yeah, besides that, we're gonna talk about the patch notes. 7.16. Now, we're not gonna look through everything here, other than that it's a tiny ass fucking patch. There's some role quests, cool, a bit of content you can whip out in like an hour if you haven't done those. Maybe in an hour with all the other fucking job quests if you have like all the jobs at 100. If you don't have jobs at 100, then you probably don't give a shit about that. The new emote that you get at the end of that quest. The demi materia, honestly, as far as I'm aware, this was like a very unnecessary fucking change. But it is what it is, I guess. Some PvP actions. There's always some PvP fucking changes, which is not something I kind of give a shit about. The time between action execution and effect activation has been shortened for the following PvP action. More PvP shit. Crystalline Conflict. Seasons. System. Resolved issue. Oh yeah, a lot of people complain about this. An issue in Cloud of Darkness Chaotic, where Lateral Core Phaser and Core Lateral Phaser were oppositely labeled. Oh my god, can you imagine if Starboard Larboard were a mechanic? I'm so happy that mechanic is nowhere in any alliance raid. But yeah, essentially, a lot of people are talking about specifically the frequency of fucking patches, and I kind of agree with their notion on this because like they did increase the patch cycles back in midway through Shadowbringers. Why are we still not shortening the patch cycles? Why are we still waiting like 4 fucking months between major patches? It's fucking stupid. Especially since this whole expansion, there has been like close to no content. I know we got some content, right? We got some extreme fights, right? We got the 3 extreme fights. Nito. We got the 3rd one, to be fair, like a few months ago. We got 1 Savage Tier, Nito. We got a KR crate, Nito. 1 Ultimate Fight, Neat. What the fuck else? All the quality of life updates or little bits of content of like story that you can be done with in a day, that doesn't matter. That's not major content. That's just a bit of story, a bit of like flavor to the game. But like, there's just not enough fucking content, and it's been like over half a year since the game came out. Beginning of July, and we're already like the tail end of January. Like, what the fuck? And we know like the tail end of the expansion, like the 6 months, maybe even longer, is gonna be quiet as well without any patches. What the fuck is gonna be happening in the next year? The expansion is usually on average is like between 2 years to 2 years and a half, right? Where's the content? We're still supposed to get like 2 more Savage tiers, and I don't know what else in between. Exploration content. They promised us operational content. The new Baja. Is there gonna be anything else? Like my only hope, and this is me being an optimist and huffing all sorts of copium, right? Like my only hope that they're taking this time, giving us a very dogshit expansion. Let's be honest, Endwalker, not everyone was happy. It was quite empty as well. There was a lot of fucking broken promises there. But actually, we've gotten more content at the start of Endwalker than we did in Dawntrail. Holy shit, now that I think about it. We did get an island and everything. But, like, my only, like, copium take on this, and this is me being optimist, I'm not defending the company. I've been bitching about lack of content for, like, the longest time. My only hope is that they're taking this time to just actively fix the fucking development cycle and the spaghetti code. That is my fucking honest take. Obviously, I understand they might just simply not have the people anymore. Because with their standards, I say standards, but like specifically development standards, like they have a younger team now. This is not, the same team that was here 10 years ago that remade the entire fucking game. Like in a year and a half, right? This is not the same team, let's be honest. Nobody stays in the company for that long unless they're paid well enough, right? But like, and I understand you cannot find devs. You're not gonna go to the parking lot, find a homeless person screaming at the building, you know? Turns out it's just, the fired Veilguard developers just hanging about there. Like, so many studios are already, like, taking Western developers as well. It's not just, local ones. I get that finding developers that weren't born in, like, 1907 and have, you know, the work discipline required for decent development cycles is not easy. I understand that, but these cycles are atrocious. They need to fucking change. Like the quality of life updates, they're great. The dude that gives you like the tutorials. I already forgot the fucking name of him. Holy shit! I need to play the game more. I complain about this that they need to upgrade the tutorials and make them a bit more mandatory. They already upgraded that, and that's good. But these quality of life functions are not content. They're not. We need to do some. We need more to fucking do during the expansion. You cannot rely on us ERPing for the longest fucking time. Otherwise, like, I hope you're gonna, like, you know, bring fuck ton of content in the next year to kind of make up for it, or you're fixing the fucking game during this expansion. And next expansion, we're actually gonna have a functioning game. Because we cannot keep having a fucking game where server ticks and, you know, snapshots are a fucking part of the mechanic. How are you gonna teach new players snapshots? Half these fucking mechanics are figured out by the players, and the players are teaching new players. But if people are just continuously keep leaving the fucking game, so many people, like not just content creators, just people in general, are leaving the game because the game is so fucked. It's a great game. I like the story, and I like the raids. I like some of the content, but like it gets old. You cannot like expect us, like, slide casting is a bug. Let's be honest. Slide casting using server text to move around during cast, it's like it's a bug. Games shouldn't be functioning off of that. Same with snapshots and, you know, the telegraphs specifically. Like in Ultimates, like you have to work with different fucking snapshots and different telegraphs. They'll work, like, all the telegraphs and snapshots are now a fucking mechanic, and they all work fucking differently. But they shouldn't be here to begin with. That's not how a normal fucking game works. Trying to read the server side of a server tick is not how this should be working. Defensive snapshots should not be working that way. You're playing a fantasy game where you're fighting actively. Why are we fighting, you know, the spaghetti code rather than the fight? It's stupid. It's like number one excuse for dying sometimes. It's like you're looking at the animation, but the animation happens like 2-3 seconds after the cast is done. How many times have I died in through because the cast was done, but the animation was so fucking late it kept throwing me off? The animation is an untargetable fucking ad. The game is so fucking messy. It needs to be fixed, and these cycles need to be shorter. I understand making the team bigger and working on this stuff can only complicate this, or there's just not enough people that qualify. But this shit needs to fucking, you know, be looked over. They added the extra 2 weeks of the development back in 5.3? Yeah, it was like 5.3, I believe. Back in Shadowbringers before... No, midway... I'm trying to remember. I think it was like midway through Baja or when it already came out. I don't remember properly, but like they started adding extra 2 weeks. Understandable. But now we're waiting 4 months between patches for any meaningful fucking content. And we're still stuck with the same fucking tombstone cap, and and the gear sets are weird. It's like they're so set in their ways to not fucking listen to feedback or requests. I don't know, maybe in JP they're happy with this. Maybe just they think that 450 per week is fucking neat, especially in a game that has 23 fucking jobs to farm on one character. Maybe over there they think this is neat, this is cool. But it's like, but Savage should be unlocked by now. Tombstone should be uncapped as well by now, especially this close to the next tier. The next tier should be out, if I'm right, around March time. That is stupid. That is stupid that it's not unlocked yet. It's stupid. There's already nothing to fucking do in the game other than, I don't know, grind some ultimates, but that ultimate isn't for everyone. Okay, you're gonna get the mount farm, cool. What's gonna happen once I get the mount? Okay, I'm gonna do the chaotic. Okay, cool. I grinded out all the sets. The fight is fun. Maybe I'll go in now and then, you know, help some people, maybe hang out with friends, you know, get all the rewards. What then? It's been over half a year. The older content isn't going to entertain players long enough for people to think this is a good expansion. It needs to fucking change. Holy shit. I want the game to be good, but these decisions that they just stick to, and the only things we get like between patches is like, cool, we get a little quest line. That's neat. That's really cool. I'm glad. I'm gonna... Some dude that, like, you know, unsubbed from the game until next content, it's like, are you... This is either for people who are still subbed, or... Jedi Chan, I like that name. Or, this is specifically to make people sub for 1 fucking month. Just to do this one role quest, maybe do a bit of PvP, but otherwise that's it. Like, holy shit, what the fuck else are we supposed to be doing? Cool, I'm gonna go get the Necromancer title. Fucking love that shit. I don't even wear my ultimate titles. I don't give a shit about titles. I might do it at this point because I'm bored, but at this point it's like, why am I paying a sub? Why am I paying a sub for fucking to do nothing? I don't know. This is legitimately is actually frustrating. Like, these mini patches give us nothing. So my only like copium fucking hope is that they're spending this expansion specifically fixing the game, and next expansion we're actually gonna have a fucking functioning game. I hope that at some point during a live letter, Yoshi P is gonna come out and say, "I fix the game." I don't know why I made him sound like that. I'm sorry, but like I hope at some point he's literally just gonna come out and actually talk about it. It's like, okay, we need to fucking talk about this, motherfucker. We've been fixing code for so many years. This is why Endwalker sucked. This is why Dawn Trail sucked. But next expansion, ooh, is gonna be a spicy mamma mia. Because the code is now a fixed. It's not spaghetti code. It's actually spaghetti bolognese now. Everybody eat the fuck up. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, that's the rant about that. That's enough ranting about that specifically.